Alright, ever onward and forward. Like I said, on my way to camp, I'd like to make a few little stops. There are some quest things that have popped up for the Mages Collective and the Blackstone Irregulars and stuff like that. And a little side quest we found by picking up codexes and who knows what. And we're going to get a lot of these on the way. A lot of these.
Cursed creatures.
Now this one, I believe, is particular to Wynne. We've gained enough approval to raise her, oh wow, I'm stuck with my oh man, I was messing around my inventory and switched gear, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm really trying to change my daggers. Hold on. Got my buttons all fumbled up. There we go. Okay, my sustained ability has turned itself off too. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, we gained enough approval with Wynne. She's friendly enough with us now. I guess that unlocked this right here. And this will lead to something with her later on. A little personal thing. Each of the party members has their own, I guess you could say, personal quest. Similar to the other Dragon Ages also, as far as that goes. They'll have something that's particular to them. Okay, that glyph around him shows that he's weakened. I believe that's Morgan's spell, if I remember right. So it's nice to see her doing her job. I don't have her cast that on everybody, just I think I have it set to elite or above, where she's not wasting her mana on every single thing that I target. She's weakening the ones that actually matter. They either have really good armor or whatever. Come in handy later on with things like, you know, dragons and what have you. There's a pretty good mob of Darkspawn here, actually. We have a decent party build so far, so it's making it manageable. But this can be pretty dicey right here. Now, not all the party members' personal quests will involve, you know, these mob battles or boss fights or any of that. Some of them are just little personal side missions that kind of give you some insight into either their past or whatever. Leliana's is that one's pretty hard. We'll find that in Denerim. I'll probably want to get enough companionship with her to unlock that, so that I can kind of knock that out while we're in Denerim also. We'll head there eventually. The order you do things in will sometimes keep you from having to backtrack too much. Now, once I get to camp, gold isn't even going to be an issue. Not whatsoever. I chose to take the route of just double selling everything to a merchant real quick to get the gold. I mentioned in a previous video I could go and just make unlimited potent lyrium potions for one, or I could sell crystals, golem crystals, forever. You know, prior to the Red Cliff battle, I could have done that, but the quickest, just for time's sake, is to just do it this way. This won't take half as long. Accomplish the same thing. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good.
I fell. For a moment there, I thought it was all over. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Alright, so we'll make a point to talk to her later on in camp. See what's up with that. Apparently there's more to it than just her falling out. And here's our first stop. Okay, we're going to backdoor one Darkspawn mob with another.
Darkspawn, destroy the fiend.
It's always good to kill these guys. Now, this is one case where there is a big enough mob here in front of our face to where it's really not too advantageous to go back and kill the boss, you know, the lead guy here, because you're going to leave your party members essentially getting mobbed. Right, so if we can kind of thin out the herd a little bit here, then we can concentrate on the boss here. I believe it's going to be a mage. But notice my mages doing their job, staying back, dishing out the pain. See their spells coming in from the distance. And everyone's attention is on Alistair, where it should be. At least for the most part. It's starting to work the way it's supposed to. We will take a good strong look at tactics and stuff like that, similar to what I'm doing on Inquisition. Around at maybe level 15, definitely level 20. And I'll show you how I built everything, and we'll kind of get an idea on the order I picked skills and perks and stuff.
Let's get started.
Okay, this guy, he's a boss. A boss. He's stronger than your average, like, lieutenant or elite emissary. Okay. Notice Stonefist has a good tactical advantage also, in that took him out of the fight for a second. Allowed me to get in some hits. Look at all that XP for that. Definitely boss level character there. And their names glow that dark orangish red, whatever. It means that they're here to play.
As you wish.
Right, and this archer over here, who I had no idea was even there. A little oversight can cost you dearly in these fights. What it's really going to cost me is some injury kits to heal everybody up, but that's cool, we got through it. Anyway, that's a pretty good mob battle right there, too. And we're fortunate to get through that without a party wipe. That was cool. Could have gone a little smoother had we taken that archer out much earlier before messing with the emissary. I think would have helped a lot. We're going to make Alistair much tankier here pretty soon. Once we get a bunch of money, we're going to get him the Spell Ward Amulet, which is going to give him an additional, I don't know, 30 or 40% resistance to magic and other good stuff. So, and then we really just concentrate on his any extra elemental resistance we can, but then, you know, a bunch of physical resistance and tankiness, and get him as much strength and willpower as he needs to activate his stuff and do his share of damage, but then really bump up his constitution so he can be really, really tanky. Find him good armor that gives him good buffs. There's lots of good, you know, like heavy plate mail and stuff that gives you constitution and various other buffs, so all that stuff will come in time, but he's getting there. Anyway, like I said, when we get to level 20, we'll do an overview. Maybe even level 15. We'll take a look and then see it again. About 20, it'll be pretty much complete. Anything after that is window dressing. It's, you know, pick a perk here, pick a perk there, throw some points into something you want, you know. For the most part, all I do is just stack dexterity. That's a dexterity build, and minimum points go into everything else, and then we dump everything else into dex. Alright, I have no idea what this is going to be. See what's in store for us here. You see enemies off to the side like that, that usually means ambush. But at least they weren't immediately hostile. That's good. So let's see, what do we have here? It looks like we have two archers off to the side. So we'll grab these while I'm at it. At least he's not red, right?
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You? We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him. I thought you said... Wait. You're serious? I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
Just a little heads up, the Persuade relies on... I'm pretty sure this is how it goes, okay? You can almost quote me on this. Persuade goes with your cunning, and intimidate goes with your strength. And that stacks on top of your persuasion that you have in your actual skill tree. And you have four ranks of persuade, and apparently that counts as basically 10 points apiece. And then you add in cunning, which my cunning would be higher than my strength bonus right now. Just a couple points, but if it goes by tens, cunning would give me, I think, essentially like 60 points towards persuade, whereas strength would only give me 50 something towards intimidate. Just for example, I could have probably got away with either one there, but I just went with the one that I knew would be good. If I didn't have enough to persuade that guy, we were gonna fight regardless, because I can't add any more points to my persuasion skill than that, and I'm not adding any more to my strength or cunning. Well, actually, I take that back. I might actually put a couple points into strength if I have to equip armor. What I'm going to try to do is get all of the accessories that I can that will hopefully push my strength to what I need, so I don't have to actually invest any points in it. At the most, just one or two. I know I have the key to the city. I believe there's a belt that I can get. I already have a ring that gives some extra attribute points. Anyway, any amulet, ring, belt, whatever that can give me that, I'm good with it.
We must have victory.
And honestly, I would prefer an item that gave me +1 to all attributes than say +2 or more to a specific attribute. Unless I don't know, it was something really tasty like +4 or +5, where the item by itself would put me exactly where I need to be, you know. And then that would be a different story. But I don't know of anything like that necessarily. I think some of the higher level, really heavy armors give you other things in the +3, +4, maybe even +5 range to certain stuff, maybe. But that doesn't really have anything to do with my character. Also, I gotta keep in mind that if I buff my stats with equipment, it still doesn't apply to my actual skill trees. Like, say my cunning is 15 and I have enough equipment to make it 20, just for example. And there's a certain skill in my skill tree that requires 20, it's still gonna read 15, no matter what. Because it's gonna take my base stats before they're buffed. But if equipment requires a particular stat and I don't meet it, I can buff that stat to wear that equipment. In fact, there's even something of an exploit for that in certain gear, where you may require something, so you equip certain things just so you can equip it, and then once you have it equipped, you can unequip those other things. Now, if you ever take it off for any reason, you're gonna have to go through that whole process again to re-equip it, for example. But you can buff your stats to put something on, and then switch stuff out once you got it on, unless they patch that. But I'm pretty sure you can still do all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's getting too much into it. That's you know, really min-maxing down to the point. And I guess I do that to an extent, but not quite that anal about it. Oh, nice. Geez, red steel, heavy... Oh, that's probably worth at least a gold piece, I'd imagine.
I have
Maybe
been
more.
studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found? 'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it. Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. one thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries. Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own. I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in. Whatever spark of the demon that made her what she is remains within her, keeps her from dying of old age, but her body deteriorates. Eventually, she would be so wizened as to be senseless and immobile. So, she must seek a new body, a fresh body, and start the cycle anew. I am uncertain. According to her writings, certain hosts are better than others. The more a host is prepared, the quicker the transition will be. I am sorry. This simply takes me by surprise. I would have thought I would have had some inkling, some notion. I am a fool. I am such a fool. There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it. Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then, so I must remain at the camp. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours. I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Honestly, you would make a pretty good looking Flemeth, though, Morgan. You know, I'm just saying. But, yeah, sucks for you. Find out moms like
What's
that.
on your mind? Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today. Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones.
I like being nice to Wynne. This is one of my favorite stories she tells, too, by the way.
What's on your mind? Is something troubling you? A Grey Warden should put aside the person that he used to be. It has shaped the person that he is, but he has become something greater. Grey Wardens have no titles. They owe no allegiance to a king or lord. They cannot serve one people. They must serve them all and protect them all. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
Okay, well, not that actually, but see if I
And
can
that
find the
gives me
dialogue.
hope.
All right, let's see if I can talk to her again. I love this. This is my favorite dialogue in the game.
About the Grey Wardens of old. Griffins. Alas, that seems to be the only thing people remember from the tales. The mighty flying mounts that bore the Grey Wardens into battle. Unfortunately, they've all passed back into the Maker's hand. So that wish will have to go unfulfilled. It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago. Maker's mercy, it's like talking to a child.
Yeah, I can't stop.
Yes, there are griffins in this story. The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of Darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men. Yes, Griffins. Now listen to the rest of the story. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching Darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last Darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
I love that. Who doesn't have a childlike love for griffins? I mean, seriously, come on, man. Now, this is a good XP source in the game, and once we have plenty of money, this will be a means to get some quick XP. Essentially endless, I believe. I think it's only limited by your the amount of elf root, runes, and money you have.
You are wise to invest in the effectiveness of your followers.
So I won't utilize that as an exploit, but I will turn in stuff as I get it that I normally have on hand. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. You want to subscribe? Hit that button over my head, like usual. If you want to watch more Origins, click that top box for all my videos, complete playlists of my playlists. Click the bottom box. And thanks for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.